Hi, my name's Sam. This is my channel Frugalissima, where I talk about all things sewing. And today is day 21 of 100 days of sewing. And first of all, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far, and welcome to anybody here who's new. And today I am just going to do a very quick tutorial of how to do French seams around the sleeve. On day 8 of the series I did demystifying French seams by making a Mars bag, and I've been working on a shirt this last week for a friend of mine. It's a Simplicity 8180 and I wanted to do French seams throughout. Now I've never actually done French seams around an arm before, so this was a new technique for me, but I was really surprised at how easy it was. So I thought I'd share it with you. There's always something new to learn with sewing, and no matter how long you've been sewing, every day is a learning day. So I'm wanting to make it accessible to whether you've just started sewing or whether you've been sewing 30 years. If this is the sort of thing that you like, please stay around. It's a quick tutorial today from me. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to see more of these sort of videos, click the notification bell below. And onto the tutorial. Today I'm bringing you a quick tutorial to show you how to set in a sleeve with a French seam. This is a flat sleeve, and I'm currently making a man's shirt. It's Simplicity 8180. And what I mean by a flat sleeve is that it is set in before you sew your side seams up. I wanted to do all this French seamed. So I thought I'd just show you how to do it. So first of all, normally you would put right sides together, but because we're doing a French seam, it's wrong sides together to start off with. So flip your work round. Almost always on a garment, especially with a big four, the front of your sleeve and the front of your garment will have a single notch, and the back will have a double notch, and that is just an indication of which way around they go, because they're not always even. If I fold that in half, it looks even, but it's ever so slightly different, and that's where you've got your notches, but usually a big difference, although they look the same. So just use that as an indicator, something as a heads up, especially if you're not sewn for very long. So align your ends of each sleeves and your middle, and then you're going to feed it in. So I'm just lining up those edges there. That's my centre, and I've already done a French seam on the shoulder seam, so I need to make sure that it's going into the seam. You know, you need to make sure it's going right into the seam, not to the side. And again, pin at around 3/8 of an inch. So what you'll notice on this sleeve is that I haven't done any gathering stitches. You shouldn't really need gathering stitches for when you're inserting a sleeve on the flat. You will insert a sleeve on the flat, usually on knit patterns, but occasionally you will find it on something like this, and that's just because it's quite a loose fitting shirt. It's a kind of a Hawaii style shirt. It's a holiday type shirt, so it's quite a loose fit. So it's not going to be fitted around the shoulder, so you don't need that extra ease that you will get in the shoulders. However, although the pattern doesn't tell you to put 2 lines of gathering in your sleeve like you would normally do, when you look at the drawings, and I will show that, I'll insert it, when you look at the drawings, you can see clearly that they have been put in. But I thought I'd give it a go, doing it without, just to show you that it can be done. So what you're wanting to do is, you can see quite clearly here, you've got, I think that's a concave curve, and that's a convex curve. And they're quite, you know, they're not going to they don't look like they want to line up. But if you fold your sleeve round and get it formed into some sort of curve, but keep on folding it round about where the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance is, you can see that that is going to fit. You see that? And all you're going to do is keep placing pins along that seam line until it fits. So if I've just got my fingers there, you can see that it does fit in without doing the gathering stitches. So that's what we're going to do today. So I've got a notch there, and I'm going to line up. You're just evenly distributing it all across there. So there's your centre. Probably doesn't need another pin in there, but bob one in. And then back down the other side. And again, just by curving your garment, your main garment, you're kind of folding them onto each other. You can kind of see there that they will fit. And just remember that you're pinning for a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance to start off with, not a 5/8. So hopefully you can see there, it's standing up a little bit, that you've got a slight bit of waviness there, but once you get that onto your sewing machine, it should just ease itself in. There we go. I'm going to sew with this sleeve onto the feed dogs. The feed dogs will help ease this extra ease in. And I know some people can be quite a bit nervous about not being able to see if there are any puckers or not. But sometimes you just have to trust the process, and believe me, you get less puckers by putting the piece of fabric with the greatest ease onto your feed dogs than you do if you do it the other way around. So I'm going to do that, sewing at 3/8 of an inch, and then come back. Right, so I've got my free arm removed from my machine just so that I can get in a little bit easier, and the sleeve is going onto the bed of the machine. So I'm sewing with one hand underneath my work so I can feel for any puckers, and one hand on top, and I'm just sort of lifting it slightly and grabbing it with 3 fingers on top, my thumb underneath, and I'm letting the machine feed it through. Removing pins as we go. If you make sure you sew with the needle down, that acts as an extra pin when you're removing one. And we're sewing at 3/8 of an inch because we're doing a French seam. So it looks a little bit strange because you've got your wrong sides together, so your actual seam's on the outside at the moment, but there it is, all sewn up. And your next step is to press that seam allowance open. Everybody's favourite, bit of pressing. I'm pressing it open, and I'm used to using a tailor's ham, but you don't need one of these. You can do it without. I've just got one. Let's show you how to do it over the edge of an ironing board. Don't be tempted to miss out pressing. It just gives you a better result in the end. It's a matter of moments. So once your seams are pressed open, you're now going to trim those back to 1/8 of an inch. So you sewed at 3/8 of an inch. You're going to resew at 1/4 of an inch, that's your 5/8, and you need this seam to be less than what you're going to sew it again. So if you do it at 1/8 of an inch, then you've got no danger of it poking through when you sew it again. You might as well leave your iron on because you're going back to do some more ironing. I'm just using these applique scissors. Any old scissors will do, but nice sharp ones are best. After you've sewn your sleeve at 3/8 of an inch and pressed open the seams and gone in and trimmed them down to around about 1/8 of an inch. As long as it's going to hide inside this seam, that's absolutely fine. You're then going to press it again with the right sides together. So I'm just putting the sleeve against the bodice, and we're going to press all along this line here. Give it a good press. Again, if you've got a sleeve ham, great stuff. If you don't, just use the end of the ironing board. And I'll bob back, show you it pressed, and then we're going to sew it at 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so still with the free arm off, you just so I can get in properly, and no pins. You can put pins in if you want. I find them a bit cumbersome in projects like this. And we're just going to sew this at 1/4 of an inch. I start with a back tack rather than going forwards and backwards. It just makes it a little bit easier. I've got my hand underneath my fabric, got my fabric slightly elevated, between my thumb underneath, 3 or 4 fingers on top. And I just keep readjusting. If you keep your needle down, that acts as a pin for you. So there we have it, a French seamed sleeve all around that curve. Just going to snip my threads, and it just needs a final press towards the sleeve, it says on the instructions. Takes it away from that French seam, I suppose. So yeah, just needs a final press, and that's it from the right side. So hopefully hopefully you can see we've got no puckers. Needs a press, but we've got no puckers, and we've got no threads to actually take out from the gathering stitches. And there we have it. French seam sleeves, first time I've done those, and yeah, nice and straightforward. Might notice that before I set my sleeves in, I've already finished the edge of this sleeve, pressed it up 1/4 of an inch and then 1 inch. When I come to sew it, it's already done. It's just a little bit easier when you get it onto your machine. So now the next step is, on this, is to sew the side seams. And we've just got the hems and the buttonholes to do. Okay, that's it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what I've put together today, please like and subscribe. Tomorrow's video will be pattern matching. So I shall speak to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.